drugs have become an ever-growing problem in today's society. Usually created for scientific purposes, these substances have found their way into recreational use with alarming results. Due to their side effects, most drugs have been made illegal or have been restricted by the government. Still, they are obtained illegally in the streets. Prescription drugs are one of the most commonly used illegal substances. After marijuana, they are the most commonly abused drug. According to the FDA, they have become the fourth leading cause of death in the United States, with an estimated 100,000 deaths per year. A prescription drug is a controlled substance that is prescribed to a patient by a licensed physician in order to control pain or other unwanted symptoms. These drugs fall into three different categories. These categories are painkillers, tranquilizers, and stimulants. Painkillers work by interfering with the user's nervous system in order to block pain, like how the name states. Tranquilizers are used to lower anxiety and other mental disturbances by blocking the neurotransmitter dopamine. Stimulants work to increase activities such as alertness, mood, and awareness by enhancing the effect of dopamine in the body. Many people believe that since these drugs are licensed by a physician, they are safe for consumption on a regular basis. Little do they know that when abused, they are just as or even more dangerous than illegally made drugs. Many people underestimate the effects of prescription drugs due to the fact that they believe that they do not negatively affect users who actually need these substances. Doctors state that even when they are not being abused, every medication has some risks and might cause harmful effects to the user. Prescription drugs are harmful to a user in many ways. They affect users physically, socially, and mentally. These substances affect the body physically by immediately raising heart rate, blood pressure, and body temperature. They have been also known to induce nausea, constipation, insomnia, and loss of appetite. In severe cases, major organs such as the heart, liver, and kidneys are shut down, which cause heart attacks, respiratory problems, destruction of tissue, and eventually death. Prescription drugs affect the user mentally by causing hallucinations and hyperexcitability. Panic and psychosis arises, and many times, long-time users find themselves in a depressed state. Research now indicates that these drugs numb the mind and repress emotion. As a result of the mental side effects, users find themselves unable to focus. They are more distant from their friends and family and are often irritable. They find themselves unable to perform tasks like schoolwork and holding a job. Prescription drugs are obtained in many different ways. The most common way in which a user gets a hold of these substances is through a friend or a family member that has once needed a prescription and no longer does. These drugs are either given away freely or sold. The second most common way in which people obtain the drug is through a doctor. This can be done in three ways. A doctor could be corrupt and will readily provide the drug even when it isn't needed. A patient could also forge a prescription. Thirdly, a patient might also visit multiple doctors and collect drugs from each one. The most rare way in which prescription drugs are obtained is through a dealer, either in the streets or online. Prescription drugs have become an issue in today's society due to ignorance and easy obtainability. While it might be hard to change the already existing laws against drugs, spreading knowledge can be done everywhere. Anti-prescription drug lessons should be taught in schools. Children, teens, and young adults should be better educated about the dangers of these substances, and light should be shown on the corporations and rehabilitation centers that are fighting to help addicts in need. For more information, visit recovery.org and rehabs.com.